everyone, welcome back to What's New in the Blue. I'm Kat Lee, your Michigan DECA State Secretary.
Hi everyone, I'm Cooper Donovan, your Vice President of Chapter Development. Thank you so much for joining us for our fifth episode of What's New in the Blue. Today we're going to be going over one of my favorite times of the year, DECA Month.
That's right, November is officially DECA month, and it's the perfect opportunity for chapters to celebrate, showcase, and get creative with how they represent DECA.
So in this episode, we're going to be going over a few things. First of all, we're going to be going over what exactly is DECA Month, some best practices, and some ways to celebrate DECA Month. And then lastly, a couple last minute ideas for chapters and people who might not have anything on the record for DECA Month, might not have anything planned, and we're just going to be help giving a few tips. So Kat, for anyone new to DECA, or maybe it's their first year as a DECA member, can you explain what exactly is DECA Month?
Yeah, so DECA Month is essentially a nationwide celebration in November where members across the world show off their DECA spirit. Think of it kind of like DECA's version of a big pep rally that lasts the whole entire month. Chapters can host events, highlight their members, and find ways to connect with their community.
I really like how you said it's kind of like a one giant spirit month for DECA because a lot of schools they have homecoming weeks or kids food basket weeks where there's spirit weeks to show off, maybe fundraise a little bit, and I really admire how DECA has a solid month, and that's November, like you said, to just focus on DECA primarily. And something additionally that's really cool is the DECA Inc. Through DECA Direct, they actually share out chapter spotlights and highlights, so your work can actually be put on a national stage and get recognized at a national level. I think that's really cool.
Celebrating can look really different depending on your chapter. So, for example, what are some things that I done with my chapter are that we do a bunch of like social media challenges. We post on our chapter's Instagram and TikTok account, and we just try to post some challenges a few times a week to get our community or our chapter involved online. But I've heard that some other schools also do like Spirit Day and they make their chapter show up to school with their DECA merch. So those are just some ideas that I've seen and done for my chapter.
I know that my chapter historically has done fundraisers, especially during, like exam week. So what we do is like in between classes, in between hours, we'll have a table set up. We'll sell snacks and like energy drinks because I know, students they love energy drinks, but the schools typically don't sell them. So so that's a great an unutilized market aspect that you can kind of sneak your way into and help that support your DECA chapter for sure. And another thing that we plan on doing this year actually. So there's a Raising Cane's. I live in Grand Rapids. There's a Raising Cane's that's about to be, or it's currently being built. And so I know that Raising Cane's is on the national advisory board for DECA Inc. And they've been very vocal about their interest in wanting to do collaborations with fundraisers for DECA. And so if you go to deca.org, there's a flyer, and it says basically reach out to the Raising Cane's near you and coordinate like a DECA night almost for Raising Cane's. And what it is you have a certain night for DECA, and then a certain percentage of the profits or the revenue gets donated to your chapter there. And so that's one way to get some community outreach. And like I said, focusing on outreach. Some other chapters they'd like to bring in guest speakers or classroom presentations, and that also ties into some chapter campaigns. Like I know the innovations and entrepreneurship campaign, looking ahead to ICDC and securing those spots for the Thrive Academy, or even just achieving the achievement level where you get like the pennant and the flag for your classroom. Um, that can help you tick off some of the requirements for that because I know one of them is bringing in a local entrepreneur and getting them to speak at a chapter meeting. And so those are just some more projects and community service ideas that are tied to DECA Month that we do and have heard about.
Yeah, so the key thing is to really just pick something fun and meaningful for your chapter. And if you're ever stuck, definitely check out DECA Direct for articles because they are full of creative ideas. There's a social media calendar where you can find daily challenges, so I would definitely recommend your chapter to utilize those. Speaking of Instagram, promotion is a huge part of DECA month, so whenever you post, make sure that you tag Michigan DECA because all of us love seeing all the fun things that you guys create. And who knows, you might even get featured on our story.
That's right. We love seeing all the work the Michigan DECA is putting in and the collaboration between members and chapters and officers. That's just great. We love seeing that. Planning makes or breaks DECA month. That's really the biggest part of it, and that's like the keystone. That's what ties everything together.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, starting early, creating a calendar, and setting clear goals with your chapter is really helpful. So, for example, you can decide that your chapter will be hosting 2 events and post an Instagram post at least once a week, and just like make sure that you're always setting like strict deadlines and having a lot of reminders for both your chapter and your leaders that are part of your chapter.
That's right. Yes, no, strict deadlines and clear expectations are really what's going to come make this come together to one coalition because no expectations and no deadlines. That's just a disaster waiting to happen. That's how stuff gets forgotten about and procrastinated. Don't do it alone, right? You have a team, you have a chapter. Make sure to work with your officer team and maybe even discuss the possibility of forming a DECA month committee. The more hands get involved, the smoother things are going to run and the more effective and enjoyable DECA month is going to be. And that's just something that you should really be looking forward to. I know I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great month. Let's rock in November. So one underutilized tool is holding periodic check-ins with your chapter. Even a 5-minute meeting can prevent last-minute chaos. And just making sure everybody's accountable over time and checking in can be a really powerful tool.
Yeah, and a pro tip is that you should definitely utilize all the resources that you have. So, like for Google Classroom, make sure to set reminders for everyone. You can also use Google Docs or like a shared calendar within your chapter and your board members to really just stay on track with your plan.
Before we wrap up, we've got to mention the DECA at the Bell Challenge. The deadline for submission is October 31st. So get those videos submitted before Halloween night. If you're interested in more, read more on DECA Direct.
That's it for episode 5. Remember, DECA Month is your chance to showcase your chapter and get creative.
Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time on What's New in the Blue for preparing for your chosen event with Connor Rezit. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.